Piaggio P-180 Avanti Evo, an Italian classic? Avanti Evo is the newest chapter in the history of the airplane that redefined aviation elegance and utility. What makes the Piaggio P-180 Avanti Evo a classic? The Piaggio Avanti is a pusher-style executive transport aircraft, powered by twin turboprop engines. It has a pressurized cabin that accommodates up to 9 passengers and can be flown by 1 or 2 pilots. The design is a 3-surface arrangement, with a tiny forward wing and a conventional tailplane in addition to the main wing, with the wing spars running beyond the passenger cabin area. The Evo, built in Piaggio's plant on the Italian Riviera, is a work of art in aviation design. For a time, Ferrari operated an Avanti, which had various benefits such as cabin capacity, fuel economy, and a range of 1,700 nautical miles. The Avanti 2's characteristic sound has been lost on the Evo, but there is still a certain romanticism in returning to the original mode of propulsion. With its fuselage's obvious grace, the Piaggio Evo is the flying equivalent of an Italian sports car. The Piaggio Avanti is elegant, sleek, and above importantly, incredibly quick. It is an outstanding example of an excellent invention. The passenger and business aircraft with the registration DZ and manufacturer serial number MSN 1034 was manufactured in 2000 by Piaggio Aerospace as part of the Piaggio Avanti series and was flown by Ergo Private Airline GmbH, a German airline located at Mainz-Finthen Airport. The Avanti is as fast as a light jet at 400 miles per hour or Mach 0.7, yet it only uses 60% of the fuel and can carry up to 7 passengers. It combines the finest of Italian flair, unrivaled craftsmanship, and astute thought to produce an airplane that stands out for its ideals. Avanti Evo takes another step ahead with increased range, quicker ascent, cheaper fuel costs, a smaller noise footprint, enhanced safety systems, and a more luxurious interior. Its top speed reaches 400 kts, making it quicker than many aircraft, while costing a fraction of the direct operating expenses. Add to that a vastly upgraded service and support network, as well as an innovative new maintenance program that can better than ever keep expenditures under control. The origin of Piaggio. Piaggio, founded in 1882 as a locomotive and railway carriage manufacturer, began producing planes at the close of World War I. Following the end of the Second World War, Piaggio saw the need for inexpensive transportation and moved its focus to its most renowned product, the Vespa scooter. Despite its success with scooters and motorcycles, Piaggio never lost interest in manufacturing planes and, in the late 1970s, came up with a concept of designing an unusual twin-engine business jet. The Piaggio P-180 Avanti is a twin turboprop executive transport aircraft that was designed in the early 1980s to cater to rich Fortune 500 firms. The Avanti Evo, which debuted over 25 years ago, has earned the nickname Ferrari of the Skies in its native Italy because of a highly aerodynamic design that allows it to fly at a fast 402 knots at a height of 41,000 feet. Meanwhile, a maximum range of 1,809 nautical miles is sufficient to transport you from London to Moscow. The aircraft is distinguished from its competitors by the fact that its engines are positioned in a pusher configuration. Puller-configured aircraft are generally regarded as more efficient and perform better, although pusher propellers allow for a superior engine installation due to the engine intake design. But although statistics are useful, what matters most is how it feels to be on board. The Avanti Evo's stunning appearance, inspired by 1980s Learjets, is startlingly contemporary and will set your ride apart from other light aircraft in the hangar. Everyone believes the design is completely new since it is so creative. This aircraft provides a novel mode of transportation, combining luxury and speed with environmental sensitivity. The first flight occurred in September 1986, however, because of financial difficulties. Learjet dissolved its cooperation with Piaggio in 1986, leaving the Italian planemaker to pursue the project on its own. The prototype Piaggio Avanti flew for the first time on September 23, 1986, and was certified for Italian airworthiness on March 7, 1990. In October of the same year, it got certification in the United States, which Piaggio anticipated would be the plane's most important market. The exterior of the Piaggio P-180. The Avanti 2 is a jet with props, and you'll be close to the mark, though in many respects, it's not an easy mental shift to make. Turboprops behave in certain ways, and jets in other ways, but the Avanti 2 is a hybrid. It is a product that blends the best traits from two very different airplane categories to arrive at some third niche, which at present it occupies by itself. The Avanti 2 is no doubt one of the sleekest and most beautiful and most unusual airplanes ever built. The fuselage, wings, tail, and forward wing of the airplane are metal, though admittedly metal that has been shaped and smoothed in a way that makes a compound curve look like child's play. Other parts, mainly fairings and the like, are composite, but for the most part, Piaggio Aero's Avanti 2 is a sheet metal airplane. The interior of this super airplane. There is no getting around the reality that this is a little plane. The restrooms are far from luxurious, and there is no equivalent galley area to that seen on bigger business planes. Thankfully, Connect Jets, the broker with an exclusive listing of the Avanti Evo in the UK, has found a way around this with a slew of partner businesses, ready to outfit your plane in the most luxurious manner. The first, and arguably most significant, aspect of a first-class flight is food and drink. Connect Jets collaborates with Absolute Taste and the Aviation Nutritionist to provide healthy, balanced, and tasty eating alternatives that improve digestion, so you arrive energized rather than lethargic. Herb-rubbed rump of lamb with potato gratin, crispy seasonal vegetables, and fine jus, as well as seared sea bass fillet with new potatoes, asparagus, broad bean, and pea salad, and a lemon butter blanc sauce are among the options. But what is lunch without a wonderful bottle of wine? Honest Grapes specializes in the best wines for private aircraft by hand-picking bottles whose flavor grows rather than fades at altitude. They also build private flight packages that include everything you need for the optimum onboard drinking experience. A business jet has become a necessity of modern life for many, from CEOs of major corporations to the simply time poor. But there is no denying that, while time-efficient, flying by private jet is an expensive undertaking that does not do any favors for the environment either. However, if your trips seldom take you outside Europe for those on the continent, or if you are an American who primarily flies domestically, there is another choice. The Avanti Evo, the third generation of Piaggio Aerospace's P-180 turboprop, not only delivers similar speeds to jet planes in its class, but also reduces CO2 emissions by up to 40% when compared to other light aircraft. The Avanti Evo is an excellent short-haul jet option. Inside the bright and airy cabin, one has 1.75 meters of headroom, so only individuals of basketball-playing size would feel confined, and space abounds once strapped into one of the 8 wide leather seats. The Avanti Evo takeoff speed. The most remarkable feature is the rate of takeoff. The Avanti Evo requires only 974 meters of runway to take off. A Boeing 747 requires roughly 1,500 meters. The Avanti Evo testing. The Piaggio P-180 Avanti was subjected to rigorous wind tunnel testing in Italy and the United States. Piaggio collaborated with Canada's Learjet in 1983 to create the plane's fuselage, which can be observed in the raked windscreen, and ventral delta fins under the tail. Piaggio updated the plane with Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A66B turboprop engines and a Rockwell Collins glass panel avionics system. The 100th and 150th Piaggio P-180 Avantis were delivered between 2005 and May 2008. What are your thoughts on this Piaggio P-180 Avanti Evo? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below.